Greetings everyone. Today my team and I from NSA Sendirian Berhad will do a presentation on the case study of the collapse of the Hyatt Regency Kansas City Walkways and Stadium Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin's roof collapse. Hopefully this session will give beneficial in the future. Our team member consists of me, IR Dr. Muhammad Syafiq Najah bin Rozikin as the Chief Executive Officer, IR Non Nasihah binti Mansor, Chief Financial Officer, and IR Ahmad Aqil bin Yackob as the Chief Technology Officer. Feel free to contact us for any information. In this presentation, we will discuss on two case studies. First is the collapse of the Hyatt Regency Kansas City Walkways, following by Stadium Sultan Zainal Abidin's roof collapse.
The collapse of Hyatt Regency Kansas City Walkway. Presents the video during the event.
July 17, 1981, Kansas City, 7:06 p.m. At the Hyatt Regency Hotel, two massive steel and concrete skywalks have just collapsed onto hundreds of people enjoying the hotel's tea dance. The area just inside the main entrance is now a mountain of smoking rubble. The collapse has broken a water main, and the lobby is slowly filling up with water.
On July 17, 1981, a party was held at the hotel. Party members were standing and dancing on the walkway. The ceiling rod holding up the walkway failed, so the walkway collapsed. During this event, there is reported 114 people die and 200 people are injured. The construction did not meet Kansas City building code requirement, and there is miscommunication between designer and the constructor. Problem statement. Should engineers have been more careful when reviewing design change, and should the fabricator have changed the design to their convenience? Ethical issue. Safety of the public are at stake, disregarded of public welfare. Project engineer did not make any calculation for the design, but claimed it is safe. Negligence and incompetence of the engineer. Unprofessional conduct of the engineer. Failure to meet city standard, and fabricator work to their convenience, but not on the benefit of the public. Fact during this event. There was a party held in the hotel. Two walkway collapsed. The construction did not meet city requirement. The design change was a result of miscommunication. The fabricator changed the design. The change was not noticed by structure engineer, and many lives were affected directly and indirectly. Alternative for this event. The engineer can accept blindly any change made to the design, or the engineer can reject completely any change made to their design. The fabricator can proceed with the design as it was initially developed, regardless of difficulty. The fabricator can find a better solution by giving it more thought and research. The engineer can review the design that were modified by the fabricating company in more depth and perform calculation before approving. After the ceiling collapse due to connection failure, thorough investigation into all connection can be done, not only to the ceiling. And after the dispute happened, phone calls should have been made between engineer and fabricator to ensure there was no severe miscommunication occur. Present is the article during the event. As we can see from the Chicago Tribune, there was reported of 47 people die. This number continued to grow as the number of days continued during the research.
Next, we will explain for second case study, which is Stadium Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin's roof collapse. The incidents of Stadium Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin's roof collapse happened on 2nd June 2009. At 9 a.m., while morning worker doing maintenance, sound of collapse been heard. The support of the roof outside of the stadium had failed. 60% of the roof structure with a cost of Rn 25 million was collapsed, including above the royal box at the grandstand. This incident was reported with 0 injury. This situation has been thought of being out of the standard because the engineer studied the leftover rubble and therefore the speed of the collapse. This led to 3 speculations, which are inadequate design, poor quality control, and inappropriate materials. According to State Infrastructure Development and Public Utilities Committee say that the proposed method of the work provided by the contractor to open roof frame in the center was not accurate. Here are some real reasons behind these tragedies. First, inadequate design, insufficient safety measures in design. Second, designer failed to take full consideration of the roof structure support condition. Third, the roof is badly erected, resulting in inconsistent geometry. and there are no quality control for on-site safety measures. The material and manufacturing quality do not meet the specification. Last is sensitivity of the spatial frame roof structure require consideration to support flexibility in design mode, which is not done. From above statement, we can conclude that there are two main reasons for this strategy happen. First, due to poor management, and second is due to design error. This is the flowchart for design error factor. First, is it the choice of material appropriate? If no, staff hired must supervise the process. If yes, it will go to the second process. Is it the concrete stump and the concrete buttress pass the regulation? If no, it will follow the regulation that had been set for the concrete. If yes, it will proceed to the check and test the steel component. If no, it will perform quality control and safety measurement by the management team. If yes, the structure of roof is good and safe to use. Here, some newspaper and article about Stadium Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin's incidents.
The mischief act of certain individuals had violated few codes of ethics and law. The following are the list of code and ethics that had been violated under design error. Impact of this ethic is these ethics emphasize on the safety of publics. The engineers should have considered all safety aspects when designing the stadium. They should not have taken the critics on their design for granted. Instead, they should have taken responsibilities to improve and deliver a better project. The following are the list of code of ethics that have been violated under poor management. Impact of this ethic are: this ethic focus on the reliability on completing a project. The engineer should have been honest and realistic in designing the stadium. One should have assisted college in their professional development by enforcing the safety measures. Next, there are few precautionary steps could be taken to avoid the stadium roof collapse, such as line drawing technique, flow charting, and risk-benefit analysis. This step consider all the possibilities in a project, and based on the analysis, the best method is chosen to be implemented. In conclusion, even though both of the cases is not similar in terms of design specification, but the root cause of the incident is the same: the engineers and the designers. This issue can be avoided if the parties involved comply with the ethical guidelines and prioritize the public safety instead of individual interests. The parties should involved have been more responsible in making a decision and took into account every aspect involved very seriously, as it affected many lives. We also think that all parties involved should communicate well with each other and be honest in their opinion or professional judgment. As an engineer, we must be responsible and put aside our individual importance, as every decision we make will cause a huge consequence in the future. From the case study, there are some effects from it. First is two engineers lost their engineer license and their firm had their certificate of authority and as engineering firm revoked, and some firm went bankrupt after the incidents. That's all from us. Hope you get some information about the two case study from us. This video was made for educational purpose as part of SKI 4012 coursework assessment under guidance of Prof. IR Dr. Sevia Mahdaliza Idros. Thank you.